All right. What is going on, everybody? I am super excited. We finally got okay to start having track days here up in the Pacific Northwest. Saturday night, I believe, May 16th, our governor released some statement saying that motor courses were allowed to be open following all these guidelines for non-race use. I don't remember the exact term that he used, but essentially we can have track days. So finally, we were gonna do the one scheduled tomorrow, May 18th. They decided to cancel that one, but we're gonna pick one up, or the organization is picking one up for Saturday, May 31st. So we don't have to wait until July 4th. And then there is another one Monday, June 1st, following that Sunday that we may stay for. So things are finally looking good. Hopefully this all stays on track, and the tracks will continue to stay open, and we can finally get out and start having some fun. On that, I thought I'd probably start making these track day videos that I've kind of been telling you guys about in some of my other videos. I was kind of thinking about it, instead of making some 1 hour long video just going over a whole bunch of stuff. I'll break it up into 3 parts. Part 1 right now, I will kind of go over just the gear and how I'm organized, what I bring to the track, and part 2 we'll go over the loading of the trailer, actually getting to the track and setting up, kind of how I go about that. And then part 3 we'll go over the morning of. So we'll do our riders meeting in the morning, we'll go through tech inspection, we'll just kind of go through some stuff, and then part 3 we'll just include some track time, being out there riding around. And then from then on, probably just kind of post up track days, just kind of the usual things. And then if we go to any other tracks, we may go down to Thunder Hill, may not. Coda is now back on for us as well for the Aprilia Day, November 17th, I think it is. So we're signed back up for that. So hopefully that all stays for us too. So all that's looking good. But yeah, I'm just excited. Got a bunch of stuff organized last night, got it all cleaned out. Put some lights in the trailer, some LED lights. I'll go over those during part 2. So we got some lights in there. Just got our generator the other day. So yeah, let's jump into this. Some of my background, or our background for track days. We've been doing them for about 3.5 years now. I'd say we've been to 12, 15 track days. So this is kind of geared towards new people who haven't been, new people who maybe need some ideas, or have only been to a few, type of thing. So yeah, about 3.5 years, 12 to 15 track days. So we've done some, but by no means, we haven't been doing this for 10, 15 years, things like that. So we're still acquiring our own gear and still building our own setup and all those things. But this is kind of where I'm at, and I'll tell you how we started. We didn't have the trailer when we first started, of course. I have these ramps here. They're 10-foot ramps. I just bought some boards at the hardware store, and then they sell some ramp bed pieces that you just drill some holes and bolt them onto. Work perfect. Of course, the more flat, if your driveway kind of goes downhill and you're able to park at the bottom to kind of flatten out your load when you're pushing your bike on, makes it very much easier. And then make sure you don't forget to bring your boards to the track to unload it, if that's the route that you have to do. Unload it yourself. There's always going to be people there that'll help you out. So, or I've seen a lot of people just go rent the motorcycle U-Haul trailers, and then they're really low, and those are much easier to do by yourself. If you want to buy just a motorcycle trailer, I haven't used them, but quite a few people use a Kendon motorcycle trailer. They're very nice. We were actually looking at getting one for ourselves before we went and bought the trailer. So I'd recommend a Kendon too if you want a trailer to own. So some of the gear that we use now, everything at that time was one bike was loaded into the bed of the truck and strapped it down and loaded all the gear inside, and we'd actually drop it off and leave it under a friend's tent, and we'd go stay in the hotel. We can camp at our track and it does not cost us anything, so maybe check and make sure that that's something that you can do, and if you can, how much does it cost? Another thing is our track has facilities. It has, you know, restroom, showers. It has a place to buy food to eat. So make sure the track that you're going to go to has those things, or just plan for that. However you need to plan if they don't. So let's get into some of the gear here that we have now. We'll start with this here. So in this bag here is a sleeping cot. We have 3 of these, one for my wife and our kid for when we go down. And they fit perfectly in the trailer. We went with these. It was between these and air mattresses that you can blow up and, you know, of course, put down. A couple reasons why we didn't go with the air mattress. At the time, we had a dog that was going with us, and so we didn't want to get those, you know, have those popped by accident. Number 2, they were actually on sale at the time that we bought them. They were like $30 off. So I want to say they were usually like 80 to 100, and we got them for, I don't know, 50, 60 bucks, something like that each. So they were on sale. That was the other reason why we went with them. And they are still compact. If you are limited on space and you need to roll an air mattress, then that's an option. But of course, with the trailer now, we have plenty of room. So the cots are nice, and yeah, super quick and easy to set these up. We'll go over these more in part 2. Of course, don't forget your sleeping bag. Typically out there, tracks are typically out in the middle of nowhere. It's going to get cold at night, so you want to have a sleeping bag that's going to keep you warm. These are Kelty. Yes, Kelty sleeping bags. These work well. We found these by reading reviews and just doing a little research. So nothing special as to why we picked them. Just read about them, liked them, and gave them a shot, and they've worked great so far. This one says it's good for 15 degrees Fahrenheit. There's like 15, 30, and 0 or something. They got a couple different classes or grades. So yeah, buy what you need. Lawn chairs. Don't forget a place to sit. Yeah, you're gonna want to take a little break after you're out there cruising around on the bike. It's nice to come down, maybe take the top part of your suit off and relax, especially when it's, you know, 80, 90 degrees or even hotter out. You're gonna want to be able to be relaxed when you get back into your pits. So, and even at night, you know, before you go to bed and everybody's hanging around and BSing and doing whatever you do at nighttime, yeah, have a place to chill. Bring some chairs. Now this, you want a tire pump. This particular one is just a Slime model. I don't know the exact model number, but it's a Slime brand, sorry. But this is what we use. This is also good just to keep in your car year round if you want. But we bring this down to the track and just keep it charged, and then we'll do our tires with this. It does have a tire gauge on here. I don't go by that. It's off by, I don't know, 2 to 3 pounds. So I'll use the gauge. I'll fill it a little bit over the recommended, and then I'll use our actual good manual tire pressure valve gauge to set it right where I want it. But this is still very handy, and if you do the blow up mattress, this will do your mattress too. So yeah, this is handy to have. Now I haven't used this yet because, like I said, we have food amenities at our track, but I'll probably still use it eventually, or just when I go camping. But we did buy a Coleman camping stove, so yeah, I haven't used it. I don't even know how to open it. Anyways, but yeah, if you need to, if you're gonna need to cook or want to cook your own breakfast, cook your own dinner, lunch, whatever, yeah, just get yourself a little camping stove that you can set up and have yourself a quick meal. And of course, a cooler. You're gonna need your waters, need your electrolytes, whether you got some Gatorades, your Pedialytes, whatever powder electrolytes, but make sure you're staying hydrated out there, because you don't want to be losing focus when you're out there bombing around. So don't forget yourself a cooler. Let me grab. What do you need to make yourself go? What are you probably going to forget? Don't forget the gas. So what I do is I always make sure my tank is full before I go, and then I'll go fill up this and just add the extra gas. I don't think in a day, I don't think we've gone through a full tank. We've come close, but depending on how you're riding and everything, you may not. Depending on how big your tank is, you may or may not. Whether you go out every session, you may or may not. But you just don't want to get stuck without gas. So make sure you bring some gas for while you're out there. Something we just picked up not too long ago for this year, we're going to start using. We got some tire warmers. This is for, a little bit more advanced. If you don't, if you're just starting out, you don't really need tire warmers, but we got some tire warmers to start using this year. Start trying those out. Yeah, see how that goes for us. Tool bag. This is for all of our miscellaneous tools. Some people bring full-on roller tool boxes. That's great. I haven't had a need for, I've had to borrow tools, but I haven't had a need for a full roll toolbox yet, thankfully. But in here, I keep a bunch of more tie downs just in case I gotta load something in the bed somehow. Tire pressure gauges in here, sockets, for if I gotta tighten my chain, if I have anything kind of come loose, chain lube in case we need to, lube it or even clean it before inspection or something like that. Yeah, just kind of your miscellaneous, some extra nuts and bolts, screws, in case you lose something, in case you find something missing. It's always nice to have. Usually people in your pits will probably have some spares too, but at least show you're trying. And something that we just got a couple days ago, that I haven't even put the fluids in yet. I just took it out of the box yesterday actually. We got it's heavy without any fluid. A generator. So this generator is a WIN 2350. It's about, it was on sale, I'm gonna say, for about 380 bucks. You can buy them from various different stores, or you can buy it direct from them. Reading reviews, this brand was recommended to us. Read some reviews, a lot of people were liking it. It's about half the price of a Honda, Yamaha, and a lot of people are saying it's still great quality. So we're going to give it a try. It is so the 2350 watt for this particular one, that's like a surge start. If you plug something in, it needs a quick jolt of power. It's a max of 2350. It has a constant run of 1900 watts, so that's pretty good, but they recommend no more than 90% duty cycle, which they say is 1700. So we got this to, of course, run our tire warmers during the daytime, and we have a heater that we're looking at one of those Mr. heaters or a buddy heater that runs off propane that is safe to use inside. But having the electric heater already, we thought we'll just give that a try for now. And it's 1500 watts, so we'll be able to run that in here during the night. So we'll give that a try. And then we'll also be able to plug in the LED lights that we just put into the trailer too. During the day, they have a cigarette lighter on the front here too, if you got to charge your cell phone or something, but they also have a couple of USB ports on the front to charge your phone. This has a eco mode, and you can of course hook it up to another one with your parallel plugs here. I'm not going to go into too much of it on this video. Of course, I haven't even used it, so I can't really go into much on it, but if you guys do want to know about it after I use it a time or two, just let me know in the comments, and I'll let you know how this is working out for us. But I'm pretty excited to get started with this. One of the things that I still need to get, well, one of the things I don't have out here, but I have is a Easy Up, a pop-up tent. It's definitely something you're going to want to get for shade. If you are new, if it is your first track time or even your second or third, probably don't need it. If you do know somebody that you're going to meet there that has one, just try and pit with them under their tent if they only have one bike, or two, or if they got room. Just try and pit with somebody, at least get some shade, so that you got a place to kind of hang out. But I do have a pop-up. I'm looking at getting a newer one, a more sturdy one. I'm going to get that. And then I'm also very shortly, the nice thing to have is just a little table. It's a 24 by 48 table, just a plastic table. They're like 40 bucks, but a nice place to actually put your helmet instead of leaving it on your bike or putting it on the ground or something like that. So put your helmet, put your gloves, place to have lunch. So yeah, I'm just going to grab a little table, and yeah, for your gear. I think that's about all of my stuff that I bring. I don't know if I can get this in. There's a big old tub. It's where I've been grabbing everything from. It's got wheels, right? So that big old black tub. I got two of them. Typically one I'll just fill with all this stuff, and then the other one we'll put all of our actual gear in, our suits, gloves, boots, helmets, all that stuff will fit in another one. And then that handle, you just wheel it right in the trailer and wheel it right out. So these are handy. I prefer the ones with the wheels. It's much nicer. With your Easy Up, with your pop-up, if you do get one, don't forget weights to keep the legs down in case it gets windy. So that's very important that you have too. I have seen those fly away. They're not happy. People are not happy when they land on their bikes or take out their own tent. As far as actual gear, of course it's recommended a full leather suit. You do need a full face mask. Can't do the half mask, can't do the 3/4, can't do the modular where your face part flips up. None of that is typically allowed. As far as like the motocross style, if you're riding like a supermoto type thing out there with like goggles, you're gonna have to ask your organization whether that falls under a full face or not. My guess would be no, but of course ask. You do need full gauntlet gloves over the wrist and boots that come up over your ankle. I ride with a 3/4 boot. Some organizations require a full boot, so make sure of that. If you have a two-piece suit, Some organizations, I think most organizations allow two-piece suits, but they must be able to zip together, and you must zip them together while you're out there. If you have textile two-piece, I've read that some organizations allow that for their like slow beginner group, or sometimes their intermediate, their second group. There's usually 3 groups, but no textile in the fast group. Yeah. Sorry, I got a little bit long. Looks like I'm at about 20 minutes right now. But yeah, I think I kind of covered most of it. If it's your first track day or whatever, hey, just show up to have fun. Just show up to learn. Just show up to have a good time. Please don't show up knowing everything. Please don't. You're not gonna make a good impression for yourself, and you'll probably end up going down in the first couple turns, just because if you're fast on the street, you're probably not fast on the track. I'll tell you right now, I'm not fast on the track. I'm just out to have fun. I'm not trying to set any lap records. I'm not racing, so I'm out to learn and I'm out to have fun. So please just check yourself at the gate, or check yourself before you get there. If you're there to have fun, people will definitely help you out. If you're there to, be the man, it's going to be a bad experience for you. So, yeah, I think we'll wrap up part 1 now. I'm still super excited. I'm looking at the bikes over here. We've got the cover on the track bike, and oh man, I'm ready. But yeah, so part 1. If you guys got any questions on this video, questions on part 2, like I said, we'll be kind of covering the loading of the trailer, and then once we get there, it's setting up everything. If you have any questions on stuff like that, just leave a comment below, and I will either answer them in my next video, or I'll just reply right to your comment. And yeah, so please like and subscribe to follow along with what's coming on. We're actually 10 minutes ago we were trying to book our Italy trip again, going back to Misano, so we're hoping things will start coming back together. So yeah, if you want to follow along, just please subscribe and hit that little bell, and help me grow the channel a little bit. All right, see you guys next time.